What up? Back at it again with another POV test drive and overview. Shout out to JDM Hawaii. In today's video, we're gonna go over the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup Daihatsu HiJet. So this guy is a 1992 Daihatsu HiJet S83. Fun fact about this guy is this was my first ever Kei truck. I bought a Kei truck literally identical to this. The only difference is that I didn't have AC and mine was 4-wheel drive. But this is the truck that got me into the game. This is the truck that made me love Kei trucks. This one, even being 4-speed, was probably one of the best Kei trucks I've ever had. And that's why I felt like it needed its own video. The reason I call it the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup is you can see it's a nice like olive, like dark chocolate color, and then the interior has these beautiful nice brown seats. The dash is brown, everything is nice and clean. Nice wood grain steering wheel. Love the fact that it has AC. It blows ice cold too. But this guy is cool. I thought it had lowering springs or something because it looks a lot lower. Like, do you see that fitment? If it had like 13s or something, it would look even more aggressive. Here's a look at the back. Got a cool little muffler tip right there. Love the black bed liner. I feel like on this dark colored car it makes it pop even more. Get into the interior. Seats are super clean. Something I love about the S83s is that you have this little hump here, and a lot of the Kei trucks there isn't a lot of room. You can't really fit anything in here, but this guy, the S83s in particular, you're able to put your seat forward and you have like, you can fit 2 shoes here. When I owned this Kei truck, I'd put groceries back here, I put water, I put a bunch of stuff. This seat also goes back too, so you have another hump and you can fit a lot of things back here, and that's something I love about this truck. This guy has 87,000 kilometers, AC like I mentioned, everything works. Take a look at the engine. It's a lot easier than the Suzuki. You just got to put this forward and then lift up. Coolant, belts look brand new too. You can see some stuff over there. And then if we just flip to the other side, take this little latch, go like that. And with this seat, you have to do this so it goes forward. Then you pull it up and boom. Radiator, washer fluid, oil, belts. You can see some stuff back there. But yeah, this guy's also rear-wheel drive. If it was 4-wheel drive, you'll see the transfer case right here. This one does not have that. So we're gonna do 2 back-to-back rear-wheel drive comparisons, because this guy being a 92, it is a lot slower than that Suzuki I made a video of. But something I forgot about the Daihatsus is that the shifter is a lot tighter. Like, the gears feel a lot stronger. This one always just felt peppier. Last time I was in Hawaii, if you guys saw that video, I was driving an S100 Blue HiJet, and the shifting and the gears are just, they're just so solid. Like, when you go into gear, you feel like you're driving like a sports car. It was something I loved about the Daihatsu. But enough talking, let's start this guy up. I'm going to first. I don't know how to describe it. Like, it's slow. I'm only going 60 kilometers an hour, but with the Daihatsus, it just feels like it's like it's like you feel like you're really driving a sports car. I love that about this. Like I was saying even in my last video, I'm not against 4 speeds. I will get another 4-speed truck. My last 2 Kei trucks, actually my only Kei trucks I've been driving in Hawaii have been a 4-speed Suzuki and now this 4-speed Daihatsu. I don't mind the 4-speed at all. Like I said, living in Hawaii, living in somewhere where you're not going to drive all over the place, if you never want to go 100 kilometers an hour, you're not getting on the highway, none of that stuff is important to you, get yourself a 4-speed, save the money. These are significantly less. These are like $1,000, $2,000 less. I got my first Kei truck, granted, a couple years ago, but I got it for like $5,000. I think $5,000 with title. And then if I wanted a 5-speed, I think it was like $6,000. And at the time, I was like, I don't know the difference. I'm gonna just get a 4-speed. It's $1,000 less. What could the big difference be? And even back then, I was like, I don't regret it. It is what it is. I can't drive 100 kilometers an hour all the time. But realistically, someone commented in my last video, how long do you really want to drive your car 100 kilometers for? Like, how good is that for the engine? It isn't that good. So I'm at a stop sign right now. I'm gonna take off in a second. And the gearing and the gearbox itself in the Daihatsus, this could just be my opinion, but I think it's a fact. It's a lot tighter. Like, I'm in 2nd gear right now, and this is how much play I have. A lot of the Kei trucks, even the Suzuki I was just driving, it has a lot of play. Like, this guy, when it gets into gear, it really gets into gear. Approaching the highway now, about to do a top speed run. I've been driving this car for the last couple days, so I know, and I've owned it, but I know that the top speed isn't as good as the Suzuki. This guy, I would say comfortably you can do maybe 80, 75, maybe 70. The Suzuki is a little better. But the newer HiJets, the S100s and the S110s, that one got a complete different motor than this guy, and those can do comfortably 100 and 110. I made a video on it. You can get the corner right now to see it. That was the last truck I was driving here. I'm a big fan of Daihatsus. Like, I love Daihatsus. To me, Daihatsu is one of the coolest brands. I think that they're cool that they do like the Copen, the deck van, the midget, the tries. They have like the Libero tries that are like 3-door setups. To me, when it comes to innovation, I think Daihatsu is like leaps and bounds ahead of everybody, and I love their Kei trucks. Like, that's really why I wanted to do a video on this, and that's why I'm really just a big fan of Daihatsu in general. But let me start talking, and I'm in 4th gear right now. I'm gonna show you guys a quick little top speed run. So I'm gonna turn the AC off. I'm currently going 80 kilometers. Going downhill though, so that's a little cheating. Now I'm back on a flat surface, and my foot isn't all the way down. I could definitely punch it a little more, but like I mentioned earlier, safe is like right here. When I had my Kei truck and I used to get on the highway, I was right here. I'm not too high on the red line. I know there's no RPM gauge, but I know that right here, I'm okay. Here, it's a little louder. You can hear it in the car. But even now, like, look, I put my foot all the way down, and it picks up. It can get to 90. It can get to 100, but the car is screaming. Like, listen to the car right now. The car is screaming. Even more than the Suzuki, it's screaming, and not a big fan of that at all. So if you're getting a 4-speed Kei truck, just know, like right here, look, we're going 60. You don't even hear the engine really. I'm cruising. If I had one more gear, then yes, we could probably be cruising at 80. But right now, 60. Like I mentioned several times already, at 60, you're chilling. And you might be thinking these videos are really to bash 4-speed Kei trucks, but think about it. I could technically drive almost any car at the JDM Hawaii lot, and I'm picking 4-speed Kei trucks just because they look cool. I'm a fan of Daihatsu. The reason I did the Suzuki video is because a lot of people buy 4-speed Suzukis because the round headlights are 4-speed, and I was like, oh, let me make a video on that. That makes sense. I think the next video I'm gonna do is probably gonna be 5-speed, or maybe one of the vans. I think I want to do maybe an Acti street video, because as much as I hate on Actis, I've never really driven a street like on the highway, like driven one before. And I'm kind of curious about it. I know they're a little slower because they're 4-wheel drive, and I'm not gonna say it. They're cool vans. I'm slowly becoming a Honda boy, so let me not bash the Honda people, but the streets are okay. I want to drive one and see what it's like. If I can, I also want to drive a Subaru Sandbar. I want to drive one of the supercharged van models because I've never driven one of those. I mean, that doesn't sound like a sports car to you. And the brakes work amazing. But I'm in this video here. This is the 1992 Daihatsu HiJet. Fun little Kei truck. I don't mind that it's 4-speed. I don't mind that it's rear-wheel drive. On the next POV, we're going to drive the Mitsuoka Vute, aka the Nissan March. So this whole time I thought that this was actually a Kei car, but then when I got inside, I saw that it goes up to 180 kilometers, and then kind of just sitting next to this Sandbar van and this Acti van, you can see that it's a lot bigger. So this is going to be in the next video, so stay tuned to that. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Remember the name. This is way before the